Good morning. Good morning, friends. It is one day post birthday. How are you guys doing? I was just feeling the energy. The energy felt great. Felt great since yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I think I might tap in and check on my soul family. I want to see how we're doing. Because Aquarius season here, wrapping up, it can bring in a lot of mental clarity because Aquarius season prepares us for Pisces. And that's that's a water energy that is the last sign on the zodiac wheel. So there's going to be closure. There's going to be washouts. But there's also, that makes space to dream new dreams and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you do have Aquarius or Pisces placements. Maybe that's why you felt called here today. Whatever the case, I was thinking, let's do where we pull and look through decks and share decks together and pull cards. I really enjoyed doing that yesterday. To we were channeling from the Spirit of the Dragon. I really like that. Or the Dragon Horse, I should say. Or the Year of the Fire Horse is also called. Chat, what is my dog barking at? Guys, hold on. Molly. Guys, I'm going to pause y'all. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Okay, let me unpause it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot I left the patio door cracked. So she was out there barking at, who knows what going on. How are you doing? Come in, sit down, get some coffee, get some tea. What you got? You got a stacked water. You got some, what do I put in my water, y'all? Spraying some frankincense. I did some cleansing of my space, open windows, smudging, was using my frankincense hydrosol, doing the things, putting out the Florida water. You know how we do. I still want to do a steam mop today, you guys. What do you guys do? I think I've mentioned this before, but I put essential oils in my steam pop. In my steam pop. What is that? How about no? In my steam mop. Kitchen witchery, right? Cleaning 101. I've heard of people like they'll steep certain things and then they'll use that water in their steam mop. I make my own version of like Appalachian white water. It's my own blend. It's at my website, by the way, but I'll pour that in there sometimes. What are you guys doing? February, right? Because remember, when we flow through the wheel of the year together, honoring any new kind of revamp into an energetic timeline, like the rebirth of the lunar year, right? Smudging would be great if you want to involve fire. I know some people I can smudge in very specific ways. I do have asthma, so I feel you. But yeah, please, child, that's for somebody. Open the windows, okay? What can you do? I've been in a tiny little house. I've been in a minimalistic, like RV in the nature, type of girl, friend, he, she, them, they. Everybody's welcome here. I'm saying I've lived in many places, big and small. Child, I lived out my car. I know, look, I'm so full of gratitude. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was kind of fun, but this was, a long time ago. And the universe always provides exactly what we need at the exact right timing, exactly when we need to have it, in a way that is in service to our highest and best good, and we can trust that we always have abundance. Maybe that was confirmation for someone. We're going to see the timelines. They're going to shift to support more of this energy. I guess Spirit is dropping in to share this message. It's like an awareness of how... what are we saying, Spirit? All energetic timelines and frequencies are always seeking and desiring to sustain us because we are the link between, metaphorically speaking, heaven and earth through the multidimensionality. So you're going to have what you need when you need it. If you believe that, right? If you don't, you'll also manifest that reality. So it feels like understanding of what you're really doing when you think thoughts, and how manifestation really is so lightning fast that when you begin to feed. Okay, you know what I'm getting? How did we veered off of here? Oh, I'm getting, okay, Spirit, how are you going to say go back but finish? I think I'm saying trailing into, and then I'm seeing the horse running, right? Here we are. What the point is that, everything is happening all the time, and it's an unfoldment of your perception of reality. We could even graph it out like a parabola or an equation on a line in a quantum type of way, right? But you're constantly projecting from your auric field. So that works for you. It doesn't have to work against you. I think that's the message. Spirit is saying that we're being given a premonition of how the age of Aquarius will unfold. And so Spirit is also giving me, my ancestors and team that I work with, they're giving me like, that's why, how do we say, because that black Saturnian inversion, because cords are being cut, because karma is being dealt with, because energy is returning to source and then rippling out in a new way, the collective consciousness is rising. We will continue to see that will influx with the North Node in Aquarius as well. We're getting locked into that soul alignment to complete the remaining work of the North Node in Pisces, Spirit is saying, but we're going to see that it actually works like that. I think this is understanding how to begin to work with your own energy in your own reality. I'm seeing people putting, okay, it's funny because we were talking about smudging and asthma, but I'm seeing people putting wood on fire. It's almost like transmutation from wood snake to fire horse. Yeah, okay, so fuel, okay, yeah, I burn off. I'm seeing oil on top of the water burn off. This is just a process of transition. I'm hearing that song again, you guys. Don't stop your crying, it's the sign of the times. I gotta get it. Because the collective conscious, the more and more and more and more. One cup fills another. I'm seeing. That's so interesting. Spirit is showing me Benito, Bad Bunny. Benito showing me at the Super Bowl, and he has a Pisces stellium in his chart, and he completed his Saturn return in Pisces, and it's this epitome of whoosh, filling so many cups at one time, and you do this whole, I'm hearing like, what? It's like a video game sound, like a huge level up, but it's this illustration of how the consciousness and vibrational frequency will shift with that collective consciousness. It has to do with what you feed. Okay, wood. Okay, ignition, feeding fire. It has to do with, okay, what we energetically feed, I think is what Spirit is trying to show. There's an evolution in understanding that. And I think people in these unfurling, these unfoldment of Aries timelines now, Saturn and Aries, Neptune and Aries, is going to be like, a lightning strike, and you're like, oh, whoa, and you see something, you're like, oh, shoot, and then boom, you shift. You know what I'm saying? So I love this energy that we're tapping into. I do want to return and say, like, when we're in flowing with Gaia through the seasons of the wheel of the year, we remember that Imbolc is really an unfoldment through all of February. It is very Aquarian. It's also very Piscean. So we can still embrace, we can be doing things like absolutely home cleaning, home blessing, lots of spiritual and energetic hygiene. Whether you do that, you can do that through meditation, doing visual work with light in your home and grids. Steve Nobel is great for that. There's lots of things you can drop in and do a guided meditation that will literally walk you through energetically, like boom, honing in and visualizing how to cleanse your space if that works for you. If you're limited in what you have access to, or some people just find that powerful. I like, we love a good salad bowl of tools over here. I have a salad bowl, so sometimes you hit it at different angles. I'm seeing something, a refraction of light. This new birth of this lunar cycle, especially coming into this eclipse portal, it being very Aquarian, very Uranian. I'm seeing light I'm getting that multiplicity again. Light, 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 like do 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 do, refracting on everything. And just because we can't see all those frequencies doesn't mean they are not at work. And they come from inside of us. They happen within us, but then they also impact the timelines. They impact, okay, this is the fire, the feeding of it will spread. Okay, I'm seeing a spreading wildfire, but it's like a spiritual thing. Yes. Okay, spirit, I like this eclipse portal energy. Maybe this is just kind of we're still really feeling the incoming of this year of the fire horse. I'm still feeling into a lot of this energy in this eclipse portal. So this is very beautiful. It's a lot of, like a word, ignition, momentum. That's a great, oh yeah, a wildfire. Be careful about a lot of recklessly scattered, emotional projections, impulsive, temperate people's egos are really, they're taking a hit. So that disperses and it will ground and alchemize. That is the nature of the way of earth. But I think it is beautiful that we would naturally be doing in these seasonal sabbatical practices. You would be doing like renewing your wards, blessing your doors. If you got your salts, if you got your powders, you guys, if you've been with me or in any of my creative collectives where we share our tools, I know that I make lots of like powders. I say, sprinkle them on your windowsills, use your salts. We do all that right now. If you got a good salt blend, mix that up in water, put that outside. That's just going to, anywhere we are amplification of the light in the grids. Yes, the fueling the fire, but in a good spiritual way. You see what I'm saying? Around your home, on your land, in your room, in your body, this amplifies. And we are all doing this in a multitude of different ways. There's that multiplicity. You see that? We still, what our spirit is saying, I have the chart in the background, but they're saying something about water to fire. Yeah, lighting and smudging, putting things in the water, but also doing those beautiful rituals. I have one planned myself where you offer burnings of things. Yeah, so I am getting a lot of going back to the home cleansing, open windows, fresh air, circulation. Maybe you clean out a closet or something, oh man, those boxes under the bed, I got to get to them. Do that. Donate that. Do the steam mopping. What was I talking about? Oh, I also like to put some drops of essential oils that you like to work with. Rosemary is great. If you don't have essential oils in a pinch, put some rosemary on the stove in a pot. You know what I'm saying? What do you have? Do you have some sea salt? Toss that in there. You can steam mop with that. You can speak blessings over that in whatever ways resonate with you. And then that becomes, so to speak, high vibrational, energetic charged, fixed, maybe you would say holy water. You know what I'm saying? Use that. Do that. Burn a white candle. There's so many different things we can do. Spiritual, energetic, like cleansing, purification, home warding, home blessing, all of that is wonderful. Wonderful to continue to do right now. If you have leftover evergreens, perhaps you still do. I know a lot of us move those out after in bulk season, but I will keep some of the clippings or whatever you have. Maybe you're smudging with that. It's just whatever you have. We are always focused on Aquarius loves to be resourceful and thoughtful and considerate of the community and humanity and nature, all these things, right? So it's great to do what you can with what you have. That's an excellent thing to go by right now. What is this about? I'm just looking at the chart though, because I'm getting this water is going to fire. Okay, obviously I know you're like, well, hello, Saturn and Neptune, and we churned in all the water trines and we kept singing. The boat was on the axis. Here we are now at the fire of Aries, 0 degrees. Of course, that's the most obvious one. Okay, yep, we've kind of hit on this one before, but we know that Jupiter is still in Cancer. That can definitely be an important reference to, we've said before, sorry, totally brain farted. We said before that Jupiter is going to shift into Leo, kind of like more on into the summer. And then we'll have about a whole year, like 11, 12 months or so, I think, of Jupiter moving into Leo. Yeah, so there's that giving that we are still flowing into, I'm hearing the giddy up. Okay, this is a horse. Touche, spirit. We're flowing into that accelerated momentum, okay? But again, it has to be said with the 10-year, the wheel, the fast movement, lots and lots and lots of I'm hearing completion, completion. I'm seeing someone standing in a room, excuse me, and there's a lot of doors, and it's just like, and it could be your ancestors, your higher self, great spirit, perhaps combined to all one and the same. And all of these doors, wham, 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 wham. I'm just seeing, they're slammed closed. But then it's almost like it's like a spinning. It looks like it's not a merry-go-round. I know what it would be. But all the doors that have been closed basically spin around like doo, 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 and they're out of the picture now. And then these other doors to choose from are opening. So that's really giving like stepping into new manifestations of timelines. In fact, that could, where one door closes, three others open, wham, and then boop, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? And then you just know. I know that I know. I am that I am. That's that like, what are we saying? Spirit is going very fast. The divine sovereign authority of the knowing of self, right? It's a reclamation of divine sovereignty, which kind of gives into self-mastery. It kind of gives into discernment. It gives into, you know what I mean? I know who the fuck I am. I'm going to that door right there. No one's going to stop me. And then things start aligning very quickly. This can be with the knowing of yourself. This can be with the alignment of your intuition. It can be a lot of different ways. I know I'm going to take that course. I know I'm starting to hear my intuition. I know I'm waking up to some of my gifts. I know it's time to end this career and move on here. I know it's time to move. I don't know. It's a lot of movement. But let's take a deep breath. See, the energy can start very quickly pulling you forward. I think it's very important to consider. Spirit is bringing something through like impulsiveness. It's almost like a reckless. It can be, combustion happens really fast. And so again, we return to that alignment and grounding. Okay, be careful of just like an over excess. It's interesting because 10 of Cups has come out for a lot of people, and it's a beautiful card. But sometimes we can get too much into the excess. So there's something about being mindful. And then, of course, we got people, like I said, egos are being crushed. We got to be mindful of other people's recklessness. Aquarius strengths and Aquarius energy will help us with compassionate detachment. We're going to keep coming back to that. So we're going to ground it out. I know we're going to start feeling the uptick. February will continue to unfold, but take this respite, this time to release, to wash out, to cleanse, to purify. We'll transition into Pisces season, and then we'll be walking it out. And a lot of places, I'm in the U.S., we're in the Southeast, we're in the Blue Ridge, the Appalachians, the East Coast here. We already see, honey, we gonna have days already, child, I'm telling you, it's like 80 degrees. But in the morning, it'll be 40. And we'll still get one more frost, you know what I'm saying? So wherever you are, we'll actually already begin here. Like in a couple weeks, we'll be seeing, springtime popping out. March for us will already be very much spring. We may get another cold snap or two, I don't know. But yeah, pretty much from March on out, honey, we be in 60, 70, 80. You might as well wear your shorts. You're going to have a sweater in the morning, you're going to have shorts in the afternoon. So wherever you are, be reminded that it is still a build-up of potentialities. It is still a time to make sure you've locked in on your soul alignment. It is still a time, even as the 10-year, the wheel, it continues to unfold. We will still see doors shutting close. We will still see completion. But that's great because that means your energy will continue to come back to you. And you can say, and then we will work our way towards the beautiful spring equinox. So I love this energy. Let's get into it. Where are we going to start? Okay. Spirit is going to have us, woo child. Star Codes Astro, I love this one. If you're studying astrology, if you're working with intuition, or you just want to learn, Heather Rowan Robbins is amazing. And this book is amazing. Even if you pulled just one a day or one a week, if you want to learn. Ooh, I'm telling you, if you ain't learning astrology right now, honey, I know you better get a, what is it this meme said the other day? Did I share it somewhere? It said something like, I know you better have a witch or an astrologist on your payroll. Hello. I know you better. Hey, we don't gatekeep information and education over here. This is why I hold this space, so that you can get those pings in your intuition. Your higher self can say, go study that. You can learn where should I dig into my chart. There's so many resources. This is the age of Aquarius now. And a lot of things will be painted to be all bad. Oh no, AI. Oh no, internet. Oh no, technology. Look, none of that stuff is going backwards. Can you get with me? Can you understand right now? It's not. It's not going backwards. But the age of Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius will liquidate timelines. It will liquidate information. It will liquidate streamlines of energy so that you can have access. This will no longer be an age where anyone can say, I didn't know. The law of the universe and Hermetic and different, right, all kinds of law. The law of the universe, let us say, it dictates that you must be able to have access to that which you should know. But it's your job to go out and educate yourself. You see what I'm saying? So we don't gatekeep over here. We love to share our favorite resources and tools. Maybe you're sitting here today and you're like, you know what, girl, you're right. It's the year of the fire horse. I will reclaim my divine knowing. And even if you get a teaching style reading for me, for example, that kind of gets you started. I mean, you've got free tools like AstroSeek. What's another big one forever? Astrology Cafe or something like that forever. Those are free tools. You got to get your birthday your birth date, your time, and where you were born. You got to have it. Look, we ain't going forward without that. But I'm saying the tools are there, the resources are there, your intuition and your own higher self, your ancestors are alive in the waters and the plasmas of your body and your blood and your bone. Okay? So you can go out and find out what you need to know. We technically, you guys, you know what? Technically, we are already in, well, the moon is in Pisces today. And it'll move away quickly, but technically, because the North Node is in Pisces, today the moon is in Pisces, Mercury and Venus, we have a Pisces stellium today. We are already rolling forwards. The sun is still not quite yet into Pisces. It's hanging at the 29th degree, but man, when you wake up tomorrow, we're going to be in Pisces stellium. So take advantage of this energy, Okay, and I water and fire. I kind of see now Spirit was saying water and fire, water to fire. The fire horse is actually coming out right in the middle of all this Pisces energy too. I know you said, dang, we was just talking about an Aquarius. Yeah, buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be the max to the max, energetically in each zodiac season. But I think that's great, because it's almost like it fills us up. You know what I'm saying? But that only further iterates the point of we need to remain grounded. So, all right, let's tap into Star Codes Astro Oracle first. We'll kind of tap the energy, see what messages it is that Spirit wants to bring us today. I think I have a good strategy for keeping my cards organized over here, you guys. So we're gonna see how we do that. Thank you for everyone who... I was so blessed for my birthday. I have to offer gratitude. Many people, even before my birthday, I'm also going to get us an angel number. Many people, even for my birthday, had sent me early gifts leading up to my birthday. Oh my gosh, I'm so blessed. Boxes of things, beautiful gifts, pieces of art, tarot decks, tips to be like, girl, go get you some coffee. I love, you know what, my soul tribe and family are so good to me. Thank you so much, Spirit and ancestors, for all the blessings. I had a great birthday. I got all my, let me tell you, I got this cake. Someone got me this cake, and it was like, you ever just get something, you're just like, I've never had anything like this, and you try it, and you're like, what? It was like this, something like buttercream raspberry fucking preserves, and then the cake had like this lemon vibe, and then it had cream cheese from. Woo! You know, I can't really do the sweets, but let me tell you, the way I ate into that cake, y'all, was so good. I had some chicken wings. I'm not going to lie. Anyone who knows me in my close inner circle, oh my gosh, do I love some wings. I really do try to eat a specific way, and I eat a lot of protein because I do love to work out and lift weights, but I love me some wings. So yeah, it was a good day. Lots of my favorite things, and I felt very blessed. All right, so we're tapping in. We're getting started on the energy with, what do we have? We have Angel Number Oracle, and we have Star Codes Astro. Let's see how we start with the messages. Thank you, Spirit, Ancestors, and Team. We are always in service with the energy and the synchronicity and the vibes and the messages. We ask for alignment to be in the highest and best good and harming none. We are always asking for a safe, spiritually, energetically, well-protected space. Thank you so much for all the messages. Okay, let's get into it. All right, we're starting with Virgo Digest. Y'all see what I'm talking about? One of the messages yesterday, we were coming back to that that South node in Virgo. We're still working with that energy. Let me flip back. Hold on. Okay. Because we still have quite some time to work with this energy, right? So here is that Virgo energy on the table again. And this is wild because when I was journaling this morning, y'all know I'll be in my space early in the morning. I drew an oracle card that was literally talking about what was it? It was like soil. It was actually a Green Witch oracle. We'll pull from that too, but it was just talking about how getting grounded by not overcomplicating things. And I think it's really good to see that South node in Virgo. Virgo tends to be analysis paralysis, that's the phrase, right? And perfectionism. And it's just like, it's almost too, you know what I'm getting off this? It's almost too like being obsessed with constantly being productive. Y'all, it was so crazy yesterday. I enjoy tapping into the energy and doing the messages and shuffling the cards, astrology. Like, those things are my passion. So to me, I'm going to do it anyway because it gives me joy and fulfills me. But I'm talking about that need of like, just the crazy to-do list every day. And I was thinking yesterday, it's my birthday, and I was just like, damn, I don't want a bunch of stuff on my schedule. And you know what? I was so antsy for a minute. I do have fire sign Mars, and so sometimes I find joy in like, let's get up and do the things, but sometimes you just have to kind of let go. And hear me out. You can be doing things that give you joy. Or, you know what I'm saying? But it's something about a release of constantly, I have to be productive, and then relating that to self-worth. Something is coming through. You could have Virgo placements, right? We could be speaking to very Aquarian collective today. It doesn't have to be. We all have an 11th house. You could have Virgo placements. This could be a confirmation for you. You could be connecting to a fire sign, an Aquarius or a Virgo. Take it as you will. It doesn't have to be. But it's like we're working through this closure with that South node in Virgo. And it's like, we got to get rid of, I'm telling you, I keep hearing that analysis paralysis. And it's about this South node in Pisces really trusting us to lock in and get connected with our intuition. I'm getting a lot off of that with this Virgo card. You could find yourself kind of like, we've got to eliminate like some things that are just not fucking sustainable every day anymore. A good wellness example, because we're talking about wellness and health, Virgo. Okay. For a long time, I went on a journey of improving my health, which did involve losing a good bit of weight. And that's great. It was a health thing, but it became an energetic purge for me too. great experience. And it was like I was running and then I was doing, and then I got into lifting weights and everything. And now it's almost like I'm finding that I'm purging some things. And I'm shifting more into like, what is sustainable for me? I actually don't really want to be at the gym 5 days a week. Yeah, honey, yeah, it was a time. It was a time where I was doing that, guys. And there's more about a sustainability. I'm doing more flow things. I'm used to be doing a lot more yoga, but now, of course, my body is able to do that much better. So now I'm like, oh, wow, cool. I went through just this journey, but now I'm coming back into something that feels more intuitively aligned, but I'm still exercising my body. And it's kind of cool. It's just a relatable experience. And I'm just like, I'm noticing I can do different stuff in yoga that I never could do before. And it's an interesting thing. I'm getting back to, I did have a knee injury when I was doing something. Anyway, last year I had to do a lifting weights, child. I mean, it happens to the best of us, but I had an injury and it really set me back. And I was doing this physical therapy where, oh yeah, shit, y'all had that concussion last year. Anyway, listen, stuff was not going to be sustainable anymore that I had been doing that had really changed my life for like a 5-6 year period. So that's a big adjustment, especially someone like me who has like, y'all, it's a lot of fixed sign energy. It's a ton of Aquarius. There's Leo in there. There's Taurus in there. There's Scorpio. Child, I know. So talk about stubborn. Like, what do you mean we're not doing this every day, 5 days a week? And it was done. But then it was like cool because I'm finding that as this unfolded and it's bringing me up to this now, right? The purging of the habits, let's not overthink why we can't do this anymore. Let's listen to our body. We're embodying intuition so we can let it shift. We don't have to overthink it. We don't have to restrict ourselves and say, this is the only way to be well. This is the only way to be healthy. And I actually started changing the ways, getting into calisthenics, doing more yoga movements, getting back to something, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of get the vibe here. Oh shit, you guys, you know what? This also makes me think of, oh child, hold on. Isn't our March eclipse in Virgo? Child, let me check. Is the March 2026 eclipse? I don't remember everything by heart. Okay, I do pretty good. But I do like to just verify before I say, yes, okay, so the closing of this eclipse portal we just opened is going to be in Virgo. Oh, that makes so much sense. Yeah, because the eclipse portals are in relation to the nodes, right? But I just wasn't thinking. Okay, you know what? Yes, thank you, Spirit, for bringing the Virgo energy to the board today. Because at that time, we'll have Sun in Pisces. So we'll have the moon in Virgo. Okay. Yeah, Spirit, that is so on point. Okay. So we will be coming back to evaluate, all right, for real, what is my daily routine now? Am I flowing? Am I still stuck in perfectionism? Right? Am I surrendering control in places where Spirit wants to take me into a different fluid flow? Right? Or maybe, wow, I nailed that job and now I work from home and it's just, oh, this is so different for me. I don't know. We could all be experiencing like, wow, I was married for 2 decades and I knew that it was time and the divorce is complete. Now you're sitting here and you're like, wow, how do I ground into this new reality? Okay, right. I got you, Spirit. Very on point. Let's read from the book here. It says, symbolized by a woman goddess holding a sheath of wheat, and that gives Juno. Remember we talked about Juno in connection to Valentine's Day? This is giving Juno. This is giving Ceres. This is giving Demeter. This is giving, it could even really give Persephone. Interesting, but you get the vibe, right? Okay. The mutable earth sign Virgo is ruled by Mercury, who is in Pisces right now. Wheat can only feed the multitudes once the grain is sorted from the chaff. Virgo is connected to the nervous system. It's also the vagus nerve, the intestinal tract. Maybe someone here has those digestive issues. Honey, me too. Oh my Lord. I forever will be that person, and people will be getting so mad. I can't help it, but I'll be like, I can't eat that. Or like I'll come to a function. I remember when I used to still be in the corporate world. You know how you always be having like a luncheon or everybody brings a dish or whatever. I'd always be the person that really just couldn't eat a lot of stuff because I'm sensitive. But that could be confirmation. I'm sorry, I'm seeing immune system issues. Maybe you're having immunodeficiencies and stuff like that. You could be, maybe you're struggling with learning how to regulate your nervous system. I know we all are. It's such an important skill when you're in a massive Aquarian time of full-fledged exposure and disclosure. Okay, you got to be able to regulate your nervous system. Think about your fascia, FASCIA. Think about your vagus nerve. Okay. Spirit is taking me back to the cleansing and the energetic resets with sound bathing. Long baths, spiritual baths, that's great for your nervous system. Okay. Let me go back. Virgo is connected to the nervous system and the intestinal tract, the job of which it is to sort nutrients from waste. Action. Look for the grain and release the chaff. Weed, harvest, sort. And not us coming into the video talking about all the cleansing. Absolutely. Something in this situation or like in your life, your career, your money management, your connections, you take it as you will, right? Something needs to be sorted, edited, or reorganized in order to bring its full harvest. Ooh, we had the harvest card the other day. Whether you're asking about a relationship, a work project, or the culture in which you work, Virgo wants you to be specific. Sort and release a habit, not a person. Ooh, that's interesting. Because that's not pushing it out of that which you can't control. It's bringing it back to what you're responsible for in yourself. We love to see it, okay? Change how you interact, but not necessarily who you interact with. Examine the situation for the patterns. You know, Aquarius, we love a good pattern. We love our pattern recognition, okay? Patterns that need to be released and composted. And what seeds need to be saved for another time or planted for next season. Man, I'm telling you, it makes me want to pull out that soil card that I was looking at this morning. Rather than focusing on faults, appreciate what is valuable about each interaction, opportunity, and person. It's giving like everything in life is my teacher. Now, let me take a side note and say, if you are in things that are hurting you, that are toxic, that are abusive, and you know that you need to leave them, this does not apply. You know what I'm saying? Nuh-uh, because that's spiritual bypassing and you can really get yourself in trouble. I'm not saying check out of reality, but I'm saying it doesn't change the fact that everything is your teacher, right? Truly absorb the worth and wonder and be healed thereby. It may be time to take an introspective break and work on your self-care routine. I know we all need that. That's giving step away from the social media, step away from the news feeds that are constantly saying breaking news. And you're like, oh my God, it is breaking me. You know what I'm saying? Look at your diet and health habits to see what needs improvement and absorb vitality. Challenge. If you just weed the garden and don't plant or cultivate, all you'll have is an empty bed. I know that's right. You might have some great soil too, and it's like, I know you didn't compost just to not plant no seeds. Sometimes you have to ask the inner editor, okay, I like that, to take a break and let the creative process flow, because then you'll be able to let the editor clean and polish. I like that. Editing without creating gives you no content. That's good. That's a word. This world is gloriously complex, right? We incarnated into the density of this human experience, and although the age of Aquarius over the next centuries and centuries and centuries will teach us how we will begin to elevate what it means to have the experience of being human, it still is a dense incarnation in this realm, in this earth school, okay? It is. but it's gloriously complex. Virgo encourages us to see how the details fit together. And the leaves and the twigs make up a forest. Light and shadow co-create our image of our whole. Rather than judge the worth of the part, pay attention to the necessary role each plays. Do you see how that connects? North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo, you see that? That micromanaging, that surrendering to a spiritual flow, yes. The chaff protects wheat so it can grow, and therefore has value even if it's not edible. Perceive not just with your mind, but with mind, heart, and soul together. Ooh, yes, Spirit, that was so on point. I love that. The Virgo energy came through to make that connection for us. Okay, we have, look, we literally were talking about the understanding of your perception of what manifesting means. Look at that, 111. I think in our new moon astrology where we were looking at the chart, it was 1111 and 1101. Manifestation, okay, yes. You might surprise yourself when you release the analysis paralysis and you let go and you kind of do a detox and you say, let's change the whole fucking routine up. I know Spirit has been telling me to do it anyway. And then you go, oh shit, look at what I'm manifesting. You might surprise yourself. And again, just to reiterate, the closing of this eclipse portal will end up with that Virgo placement and the full moon. So that maybe that's a notable time, a date to write down for someone, Spirit is saying. Okay, 111. Incredible manifestation energy is on tap. Yes. You already possess all the tools you need to follow your own path. This is a gentle reminder that you are not alone on that journey. The universe has your back, baby, okay? It's fully aware of your strengths and is encouraging you to move forward. Move forward. Somebody can't keep looping to the past. Okay, me included, friend. I'm holding your hand. We're gonna run forward. I'm gonna pull you. You pull me. We see each other. Let's move forward. Okay. To take the steps needed to actualize your goals, break free of those limiting lies and self-doubts. There it is. The dissolution of the veil. Absolutely. Pursuing your dreams with honesty and integrity, trusting that you are supported by the higher realms, manifesting your desires by taking action. Everything you need is at your fingertips. Oh, it so is. Child, if I could only show you, because I've seen it happen. Real time. Reversed or cautionary, right? Shadowed energy. Feeling discouraged and defeated. Negativity mindset, attracting the wrong energy. Denying or giving away your own power. Going down a path that feels inauthentic to you. I am a magnet for all my desires. Get into it, please. Because yes, you are. Yes, you are. Where do we want to go next? Okay, let's pull a Witch's Familiar Oracle from Deborah Blake. We love it. You see the aesthetic that I'm talking about, though? I know. It just gives Sabrina the Teenage Witch, 90s kids in the Scholastic bookstore trying to buy all the goosebumps. But you know what I'm talking about? It's a vibe. So as soon as I took it out and flipped it over, I'll show you because we have to take it. Look at it. Not the Phoenix. Spirit is the fifth element in this deck. I'm hearing dun 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 dun, defying gravity, and dun 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 dun. How can I make you understand? You're having delusions of grandeur. What is it? I'm through accepting limits because someone says, until I try, I'll never know. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's read Spirit of the Phoenix. Ooh, we about to put her up right there. Yes, because we claim it. Yes, we do. Okay. The fifth element, I keep hearing the fifth element. That's a movie, right? Oh, yeah, Multipass. Okay, maybe someone watched that movie or that's some sort of synchronicity. All right, here is the Phoenix. I'm seeing the number 3. Spirit is saying good things come in threes. 3, 6, 9, the triplicity. the triple moon, you know, the trifecta, the triquetra, the triple goddess. Good things come in threes. That's for someone. Oh, you know what? A spirit is saying what you put out, it returns to you threefold. Okay, nice. The phoenix is an immortal bird, long associated with the sun. There's that fire energy again, right? It is said to rise from the ashes of its own death, bursting into glorious flame and then returning to life again, usually depicted as flaming red and yellow. Some myths say it was multicolored like a peacock, which makes me think of, what is it, Quetzalcoatl? It's giving like Mayan, Azteca, shamanic traditions. The rainbow feathered being. That could be a confirmation for someone's ancestors. I'm seeing a feather fan, like, okay, yeah, a very shamanic energy is coming through. It's cyclical regeneration is a beacon of hope. I'm seeing peacocks. Maybe someone resonates with that. Now I'm seeing the Empress card. Okay, nice. I like this energy. It's cyclical regeneration is a beacon of hope, representing rebirth and new life rising from the ashes of the old. Many witches believe in reincarnation. The wheel of life. Hello, the wheel. That's the year we're in. The wheel of life that continually turns through the cycle of birth, life, death, and rebirth. Even if you don't believe in reincarnation, you can believe in your own ability to change your destiny, shaking off the things that held you back or didn't work, and rising from their ashes as a new, better, stronger. I'm hearing, what's the song, y'all? Faster, something better, stronger. That don't kill me. It only make me stronger. I can't. Is that Kanye? I can't remember. This card may be offering hope, or even more, the suggestion that now is the time to reinvent yourself. Hey, I'm doing it, you doing it, we doing it together. We doing it together, okay? If you've been struggling or coming out of a crisis, now is the perfect opportunity to embrace change and growth. What would you need to do to be reborn, to start over as a new you? You can do it, whatever it is. It may seem impossible, but spirit is all about rising above. Spread your fiery wings and fly. Oh, we were saying, dun, 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 defying gravity, and you can't... You can do it, whatever it is. It may seem impossible, but spirit is all about rising above. Spread your fiery wings and fly. Reinvent yourself, even if it means metaphorically burning your old world to the ground. There goes that burning ritual. I know somebody better do it. I know I'm doing it. Let's do it. I would love to hear, even if you just take time today to lock in and write one thing down, even if it's like, you know what, all I can muster, spirit ancestors, team, my higher self, you know what I'm saying? The beautiful wisdom of the earth that can never be hijacked, that is always there supporting us and elevating us. Maybe you just write down, help me, you know, empower me to help myself, whatever it is that is blocking me and holding me back. I'm burning it. I'm releasing it today. You can keep it that simple because your higher self knows, your ancestors know how to move on your behalf. So that's definitely confirmation that someone might be doing some sort of burning ritual today. I also felt really called to the Unfolding Path Tarot. It is such a gorgeous deck, for real. Dun, 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 dun. And you can... Okay. Let's see what we have from the Tarot Spirit. Spirit, ancestors, and team. What other messages can enhance and confirm and lock in and, offer synchronicities and give us the messages we need to see and hear today. Spirit, ancestors, and team. Look at this card. Look, y'all see that? We about to take that card. Hey, it's the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Can we Mr. Scooch us down, Scooch, so we can see the cards? Ooh, you see, there go my stand again. I gotta do that. Listen, get into the beautiful imagery of the Queen of Pentacles. I love this energy so much. The Queen of Pentacles is grounding. The Queen of Pentacles is self-made. It's kind of giving, oh, you know what? It's giving, hold on, guys. It's giving this energy of the seed planting, right? I know you did not redo this whole garden and you composted and we took all this dead material and we made this soil. We've got to plant these seeds. We've got to get grounded. The Queen of Pentacles gives us like a very it's like a deep nurturing, but it's also like the Queen of Pentacles. You know, I'll say whenever we have queens and kings on the table, that's not their first rodeo. They've been through some things. They have wisdom. They have strong intuition. They've manifested. They've lost. They've loved. You know what I'm saying? There's something here. It's like, you know, you excel at. This is giving like a self-made business. A person who's like, I know I was meant to be a florist. Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be nature related. Of course, it is going to be, it's a Pentacles card, but it's giving, perhaps you're a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you have placements like that in your chart. We do have Uranus and Taurus. Here's that Virgo energy again. It's saying, how do you manage your schedules? Maybe you need to look at your finances. Maybe you need to be in the physicality of your body. This might be calling you to get regrounded back into nature, connecting with maybe your pets. It's like plants, animals, nature. Again, what would we say? Uranus is in Taurus, finishing out the last of the gifts of that cycle that we're going to complete soon. It's also giving the same thing that we kind of came into this message with. You know, the universe will provide you because you are, in fact, are an embodiment and extension of the universe and, in fact, the beautiful earth. You'll be provided with everything you need. You'll have exactly what you need at the time. This is about material abundance, but it's also about an abundance of, it's like a commitment. It's taking me back to planting seeds in a garden. You're planting the beds. You know what you've chosen. You have an action plan. You're grounded. I am getting like a lot of, maybe you have your own business, or like maybe you do something that's spiritually based too, like in oils or herbs or plant medicine or medicinals or shamanism or things like this, right? Maybe you're mentoring people in some of these other things, or you're seeking someone that's in a Queen of Pentacles position to teach you. I'm also getting a lot of energy because we've got detox, purification, change in schedules, being mindful of your health, evaluating your daily routines, things in the body, health, embodiment. All of these things are going to be connected to how you're manifesting right now. You see this? Look at that, the embodiment. Look at that glowing figure in the middle. Because what are we saying, Spirit? What she has in her, look at the little bunny. It makes me think of Imbolc and the season that we're in. All these things that manifest outwardly, as in this coin, as in this fruit. You see her crown, the beautiful growth around her. All of these natural, the apple, right, which is a very pagan symbolism of magic anyway. That's an outward embodiment of what's already within you. What is that? Gnostic Gospels talking about if you don't bring forth what is within you, what is it within you will, let's say, end you. You know, you can go read that direct line for yourself. Our good mentor and teacher, Yeshua. But yeah, I am getting something too about like, you got to be real. Like, let's get real. Let's make a plan. Let's get this thing reorganized and decide how we're going to flow with it. And then let's start manifesting. But it's got to be... Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. What is she barking at, you guys? Sorry. Maybe that's confirmation. Hold on, guys. Dang, I'm so sorry. If you look, I had to pause it so someone was at the door with a delivery. But I'm so sorry if you had earbuds in or that was loud. Maybe that was just some big divine confirmation to say, hey, are you paying attention here? There's so much potentiality for the garden you could grow. Okay, let's get serious. Let's get grounded about embodying what the seeds it is that we have planted. So we don't end up having an empty bed and the universe is like, man, I had this whole manifestation and I thought this is what we were going to walk out together. It does make me think of too, you guys. So, well, hold on, let's take it back. I am getting spiritual business. I'm getting earth related business. I'm getting entrepreneurship. I am getting like you're taking mentorship, teaching or leading or being led or taught. There is spirituality here. There is detox and purification to kind of, I'm going to get my finances together. I know that I'm in this new schedule now. I know that there's a physicality of like action plans and things I need to get together. This is what it's giving. Like planning, hard work, but you're going to manifest something that's going to be super secure for you. There is a lot of spirituality in this message that's coming through, okay? But also the shadowed interpretation too, it gives like Queen of Pentacles. Shadowed interpretation can be like you're not taking care of yourself. Or again, we kind of opened this message talking about like doing spiritual purification, cleanup, detox, release, taking care of your home. I know for me, this is what I do. And so I kind of have a natural schedule, but like we all can make time to do those things in one way or another, right? And it's just what you choose to do, where you choose to focus your energy. That's what you're going to manifest more of. So right now, it is important to take care of yourself, your space. Do you have an altar or a space you can go to do sacred work, to journal, to light a candle? You know, maybe you need to, I've been meaning to clean out that corner and donate some stuff because I got this little table from the thrift store and I'm going to set it. It doesn't have to be elaborate. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is very self-built. She's very self-made and sensible. Her home would be like the most beautiful. Wow. It makes me think of my altar and people are always like, wow. But I'm like, girl, I have 3 tables over there where I put my altar stuff, in my sacred space, my sabbatical stuff. But I thrifted so much stuff for real. Dishes, bowls, gifts, things that I've kept. I reuse candle jars all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just because something looks a certain way. She might have been like, this gives like, you know, the people that there's like all kinds of accounts and Pinterest boards and they'll be like, oh, I thrift all of this. But then I repurpose it in my house. And you're like, what? You paid $1 for that and repainted it and now it's a wall sconce and it looks like you bought it at, you know, who knows, right? But you have so many resources. But you got to kind of, again, we're talking about shadow energy, fall back and kind of take care of yourself. Do you even have the desk space to work in what that you're trying to manifest? Okay. I did manifest the whole new desk space, I will say, but now I had to save for that. I planned, I researched, you know. A lot of the organization tools, I'm looking down here and seeing like my little file folder and stuff. Got it from the thrift store, honey. Let me put you on, okay? I keep saying thrifting and repurposing. This could be about materialism too. Like you're so focused that it has to be just this desk or this exact stone but this blah, blah, blah that you're kind of missing it. There could be a deeper connection that could lead to a long, sustainable wealth pattern, but you're so stuck on, well, I only go to IKEA to buy. I'm not knocking. I love me some IKEA too, but look, I'm just saying, you get the message? Now, it's got to be said too, when we see the Queen of Pentacles and it's in a shadowed cautionary warning, sometimes we can be jealous of people who are successful. Or you could have someone around you that, hello, you need to detox because they're jealous of what you do and how you do it. And, oh, wow, there she goes. She's sharing her altar again because we're going to detox that. We're going to let karma wash that on out in the Pisces season. Get that, rebuke that and return it to the sender, okay? Because we can't alchemize whole people. I don't know. Okay, Spirit's trying to be funny. But I feel it, though. That could be blocking manifestation for you. You see that in these cards? That could be blocking manifestation for you. Okay, where do we want to go next? Okay, maybe another tarot card. Let's see, Spirit. Let us see. Is there anything that we need further from this deck, Spirit? Because I really want to pull a Green Witch's Oracle as well. Yeah, we have all this earthy energy too. Shout out to my earth signs. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay. See how this one's sticking out? I feel called to that. All right. Ooh, Pentacles again, honey. I know. Listen, we've got to get finances, plans. We've got to balance our energy and get focused. Okay, We need to get focused here. Spirit is saying, let's read. This is about finding equilibrium. Also, this is another card I often read for people in personals. It's like somebody's pulling on your energy and it tends to throw you out of alignment. You need to call your energy back to yourself. We are not running around here like it's a three-ring circus. There's nothing to prove by being able to juggle all the things. And in fact, a lot of times Spirit is saying you'd be losing yourself and trying to do that. That's not what it's giving for this fire horse here. There is only minimalistic things. Imagine a chariot. I always see the chariot card when I think about the fire horse. Honey, that's not a big old wagon he is pulling, or he, she, them, they. They are not. It's very limited space. It's giving we're not carrying everybody and their mom and their dog and everybody's stuff. That's not how this year is moving, okay? You see what I'm saying? Call it back to you. Call it back to you, Spirit is saying. This is just for someone, but I'm hearing it. So don't let them pull out of your pockets. Lord, I know. I feel that, though, because we'll just say I've been through those experiences with people, and they're not in my life anymore for a reason. And I know sometimes that's hard. But I need you to make that a mantra. Hello, get with me. Remember, I see you. We see each other. I'm going to hold your hand. Make it a mantra. They're not going to be in my life anymore. They pull from me. That's not equal reciprocity. I'm trying to build long-term sustainability. Okay? Spirit is having us read out of the book. Okay, it literally says resource management. It is a lot about money. It really is, because that's the finality of the Malkut. The abundance manifests in the kingdom. Money, resources, harvest, tangibly what you're building with. But it's also about where you give your energy, where your energy and your focus flows. Where your intention and your focus flows. That's where your energy is going to go. Okay. I'm seeing, what's that song? I'm hearing a song. I can't remember the tune though. Is Mumford and Sons, isn't it? They sang it with Hosier. Rubber Band Man. Ooh, go listen to that song. That's what it's giving. Resource management, balance, cycles, adaptability. Life is about flow and change. Cycles repeat, and constant movement is essential to maintaining balance. Are you finding yourself stretched too thin? Do you have too many balls in the air? The Two of Pentacles reminds you that you can't be everything to everyone, and you can't. It is such a hard lesson. I'm going to tell you, I have so much Aquarius. It's been a lifelong, repetitive karmic cycle. Learning how to walk now more into my North Node. Like when I tell you, I've had to learn that lesson time and time again. I ain't even going to lie. You know what? The Queen of Pentacles would be very protectable of her home and her harvest, just like this Virgo energy would be. You got to detox this, got to go. Because you really don't walk that lesson all the way down until you learn to start removing people from your life. And that's just how it is. I'm telling you because I experienced it, right? The Two of Pentacles reminds you that you can't be everything to everyone. When you focus too long on one aspect of life, other parts suffer. There goes that self-care again. You see that? It is possible that right now you need to manage your priorities and commitments. You should not lose sight of how you are allocating your finite resources. Financial management is key. Come back to your quiet center, where you are better able to manage the flow of daily life as it swirls around you. You know that's giving very much the year of the wheel, because the wheel in the sky is going to keep on turning. You got to be able to be strong in the center, okay? Let's go ahead and pull a card from the Green Witch Oracle deck. Wow. Oh, is that? No, that's not the soil card. I thought it was about to be right there on the bottom. I was about to snatch that card up so fast. All right. So again, Green Witch's Oracle deck. Okay. Erin Murphy Hiscock. Beautiful. She also has lovely book resources as well. Please check this deck out. It's great. I'm so happy with it. All right, Spirit, what do we need to see? Ancestors, team, and higher self. What do we need to see? This one was sticking out in my eye. Shut the I cannot believe, y'all. Ooh, it stopped me dead in my tracks. This card was just at the bottom, and I thought it was the soil card, y'all, and I was about to take it. And then I was like, oh, it's not. I'm tripping. So I shuffled it again. Child, listen, it says tend, maintenance, encouragement, guidance. But you see, there is soil and little baby sprout growths in this card. Yes, Spirit. Look at that, speaking the words, the spelling over your growth. Ooh. We love to see it. Look at that. We love it. Okay, 10. This card comes right before harvest, and we had harvest the other day. Was it just yesterday in that other reading, wasn't it? Maintenance, encouragement, and guidance. Tending your garden is an important step to creating a thriving ecosystem. Y'all, I mean, you cannot literally Virgo manifesting Queen of Pentacles. I know you see that. Spirit said, if you don't tend your garden so I can bless you in this moment where you rise like the phoenix, I swear, I know you better. I know you better. Tending your garden is an important step in creating a thriving ecosystem. Maintaining a garden means weeding, snipping away dead flowers and leaves, fertilizing and pinching back overgrowth to redirect energy. It's a cooperative experience. The tend card is I keep saying 10, but I mean, I see the relevance, don't you? The tend card is a reminder that you too deserve maintenance. Okay, pause. Spirit is saying, you've got to get this in your soul and your understanding that just because this is a year of the fire horse, everybody's going to be like, gas it up, da-da-da, where the red, da-da-da-da-da. Nah, you got to be grounded in alignment. Take good care of yourself, because when that moment comes, you will be divinely aligned to be open and receptive to it. And then you're going to have a lot going on your plate, and you need to be able to mentally, be at capacity, spiritually, be well grounded. Okay, I don't want you to miss that. Remember, the big reversal we talked about with the Queen was not being grounded. You get me? Okay. It's important to review the different parts of your life every once in a while with a keen eye. That's that compassionate detachment. That's that discernment and wisdom. Looking for areas you can tend for positive results. Aquarius perspective will help you with that, okay? Just as you guide your garden, your energy also deserves loving guidance and encouragement. You may need to weed toxicity out of your life. Hello, Virgo, digest, detox, purify, right? Be discerning about where, child, Two of Pentacles, let me look. Be discerning about where you put your energy. Ask for guidance and listen to the messages Spirit sends you. What areas of your life need support? What areas are threatened by toxicity? Ooh. Oh, what are we at? How in the world are we past an hour? Fog is on the bottom of what you may not see. This is things that bring obscurity, that cause you to feel lost off your path. Okay, be mindful about that. Those are the things we need to be detoxing. And sometimes Spirit is kind of saying the detox might be happening first. You might, in faith, be, maybe you're fasting. This could be giving fasting too, or, you know what I'm saying? And then the clarity comes, because sometimes you have to do that. That's part of the Fool card, which is important in the 10 energy as well, because it makes up the 0 element. Okay. Look, we are going to close it. We're going to pull a Essential Oils Oracle card. I do love these. Dead ass. Like, we have to take it because we're sitting here talking about cleansing and everything else. We have to take it. We're going to take it right off the top, Spirit, just like that. Peppermint. Peppermint's another one that's good to do on your steam mops. It's good to do in your simmer pots. Simmer pots are great to toss some beautiful elements and ask the plant spirits to partner with you while you're doing your spiritual, emotional, and cleansing and what have you. Peppermint is great for that. Okay, it's great to do a few dabs on the bottom of your feet. It's great, very lightly. Please be mindful of your skin sensitivities and allergies, because I don't know them, and I am not your doctor or your physical therapist. You know what I'm saying? You know you, but I'm saying peppermint is great. Even if you're in a working space like me, I have diffusing stones. I literally have spearmint sitting right here. I kid you not. The mint family always stays close by for me. What else do I have? Sweet majoram is great. I've got wintergreen back here too. Yeah, because I have to stay on keeping my mind sharp. When the healing soul of the peppermint plant appears, it whispers, "Through me, you will be completely present and entirely in the moment. Breathe in my fragrance so I can reach those places that we can open and illuminate together." What are you keeping hidden? Where do you hide yourself away, supposedly to protect yourself? Everything that you are holding back, all of your impulses and desires, all your talents, and the limitless capacity for love that keep you hidden are an indication of that part of you that is not being lived. Open yourself up. That's beautiful. And I love these cards because they have all this wonderful stuff on the back. If you're into essential oils, aromatherapy, or just working with the plant spirit activations, this is wonderful. Again, plants all over, earth energy all over here. The plant kingdom, the trees, you can be working with those things in your home is really big in this energy. Heart opening. The more deeply and freely I breathe, returning to your breath is a big therapy point, because a lot of times when we have when we have different varieties, let's just say of PTSD and trauma that we're working through, is such a big thing because your breath dictates so many things, even just in a physical, medical mindset that are happening within your body every single day. And sometimes you ever just stop, especially when you've been through really challenging trauma. I know, #me too, right? Not to mention the collective trauma and gaslighting and the shitstorm that's being thrown out there, right? I'm saying, come back to your breath. You be stopping sometimes, you'd be like, damn, I'm not even breathing right now. You got to pay attention to that, okay? That's a sign of trauma, okay? The more deeply and freely I breathe, the more I can open my heart. Then I can give and receive. I can be. There's that divine sovereignty, right? And we had the being and not so much the doing. That goes back to that point about caring for yourself. The healing plant soul of peppermint is insistent in its demands for greater clarity and presence. As you breathe in its fragrance, your chest expands and your heart opens, and its power flowing out to the third eye is enabling you to realize your vision for your life. Peppermint oil brings the gifts into focus. Okay, that applies, but I read it wrong. Peppermint oil brings the gifts of focus and vigilance. When combined with lemon oil, peppermint can have enlightening and cleansing powers. Apply the diluted oils to the soles of your feet in the mornings and inhale their scent between your cupped hands. Aspects: cleansing, presence, awakening, clarification, opening up the full range of opportunities, deep breathing, detoxifying, and cooling. The chakras say the heart and throat chakra and the third eye. Yes, absolutely. A beautiful note to close it on. I love you so much, soul family and tribe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Love yourself extra big out there right now, okay? I look forward to connecting with you soon. Love you. Take good care. Bye.